So this is our pumpkin that next month we're going to go ahead and cook the seeds. I like to do that. I don't eat them, but I like to cook them. Afternoon, it's about 1:30 Tuesday. Um, I just got up about an hour ago, and I still having a hard time sleeping 4 days now. So I ended up going to bed really early last night, like 7, and I woke up at 11. And then I had 50 minutes to get a couple things done in my bio class, because that teacher will lock it on Mondays at 11:50 p.m., which I don't agree with because she says, well, your postings that you have to have them up by Friday night. This way, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, people can reply to you. Unless she says you can do it on a Saturday. But she doesn't lock it. And somebody yesterday at 8:23 p.m. put up a posting. I don't agree with that. 2 weeks ago, I had a hard time getting to the posting and I ended up getting a 0. And she wouldn't let me do it because it was after Monday at 11:50. But if you say this has to be up on a Friday or on a Saturday at 11:50, they should not be able to post. But I guess you can't lock it or you can't reply or something. But I still don't agree with that. I think it should be taken down and deleted by her, which she can do that. But I wasn't going to argue with her, so I took that 0 2 weeks ago. It was just because of all the stress my mom put me through for 4 days in a row, texting me 24 times. Really ridiculous that I couldn't concentrate and get my work done. So I'm trying to bring up that grade because at the time I had a 90 and right now I have a 76. I don't have grades in for, because this is week 8 now today, so I don't have my posting grade or my assignment for last week. But the test I took for this week, I took yesterday, I got 100. It was on kidneys and the functioning of them and just different questions they ask about that. 10 questions, 20 minutes to get it done. So I did very well in that one. So far, I've gotten 200s, 490s, 180, and 270s. So I haven't technically failed, because if you get 4 wrong, then it's a 16. You technically fail it. So, been doing good on the test. And every assignment for the past 6 weeks, because this is week 8 again, I've gotten hundreds, except for the posting I didn't get to do. But I was able to reply to 2 people. I just wasn't able to get the posting up in time. And then I finished my English yesterday also. I had to do my journal and I had to reply to 2 people. And I had to do my library lesson and quiz, which I think was the last one. And I got 86 on that. And then for this week, I watched a video on kidneys before I took the quiz. I still have to do my posting for that class, but I have until Friday. And my English, I already did my posting, which was our 3rd writing piece, the first draft of it. And then for the second posting, we have to take the first one that we did for our first writing piece, first draft. We have to have it looked at by somebody. We have to have proof that somebody with an educational background looked at it. Just writing down notations and them leaving their name and a telephone number. I'm just going through e-tutoring because that's proof that I definitely went through who I was supposed to. But she wants more or less like your guidance teacher, another teacher that maybe a science teacher you have, or the learning center or e-tutoring. Because she doesn't want just, your 16-year-old kid to proofread it. And we had a checklist. It's called the Writer's Checklist in our book, Chapter 10. And we had to pick 3 things from the checklist. So I picked 4 things, but 3 different areas. grammar being one, sentences being one, and communications being one. And I asked 4 questions. So I'm just waiting for the feedback on that. Usually it takes 48 hours, but it can take longer depending how many people are using it. They have about 3 people who do the e-tutoring for every subject. So I'm just waiting for that feedback, and then she wants us to go over what the feedback was and write a paragraph on what we think or something. Do we agree? Do we not agree? How will we change it? And then I'm guessing next week we'll have to have it revised for our 2nd grade. But we haven't even gotten the 1st grade for anything yet, so anything that we wrote. She said 2 weeks ago we had to do a PowerPoint slide presentation, 4 to 7 slides on what our last research paper is going to be, which is considered like your final exam in this class. But I don't know when it's going to be due. So she's doing things a little unusual, considering it's week 8 and we're not revising our presentation. She has us doing things to help us get ready for it, be prepared for it. But we have 3 writing pieces that we will end up getting 3 different grades for. So I don't know. So for my 3rd piece, I just did a cover letter and a resume. It's a job that I do want to apply for once I graduate London State College. So I just pretended that I was going in for an internship where you still have to have a cover letter and a resume for now. They do background checks. It's just like if you're going in for a regular job. You have to get hired, even though it's an internship. You may get paid, you may not. So I just acted like I was going in for that when I did it. So we'll see how I do in that. And since like 3 other classes, we've had to do resumes and update them every year. You know, it's an easy grade, I think. And I gotta design a border around it and stuff that makes it pop and makes it interesting. So I'm cooking a roast right now. It was a boneless roast, sliced really thick. It's almost 3 pounds, but it's shaped like a steak. So I seasoned both sides and I braised it on the stove for 5 minutes each side, hoping that I'd cook a little bit quicker that way. And the juices will go into the Alfredo sauce. And then I'm going to add peppers and onions to it. You know, with pasta. Put it over pasta. Going to cook it until it shreds, like pulled pork or pulled chicken. That way you get a bite in your mouth in every piece that you eat. Something a little easy. Yesterday I made mashed potatoes, chicken gravy, chicken tenders that were marinated in lemon, herbs, and garlic, and I steamed them. We had steamed broccoli, Italian green beans, and I made my own garlic bread. And that's what we had for dinner yesterday, so hopefully my husband gets the dishes today because I'm not doing it. That's his job. He does the dishes. He'll go and he'll get things as he's coming back from school. That way we don't have to go to the store every day if we need something. He walks Pepe, our dog, and he does the recycling and trash. I do everything else. He's been doing the laundry because I can't go up and down the stairs with the laundry. So he's just been going and doing that. But I'm going to be doing it this Thursday. He's going to drop me off, go to school. I'm going to do the laundry. He's going to pick me back up. You know, I vacuum 4 or 5 times a week. I wash the floor every week. Clean the bathroom twice a week. The whole thing. I do all the cooking. I wipe down the counters and do all the dusting. I make sure everything stays organized. So we try to divide the housework if we can. You know, I clean the inside of the stove. I clean the inside of the fridge. Every month that gets done. I make bed. At least 4 times a week I make the bed. I'm not going to make it today because more than likely I'll be back in it. Back just killing me. So, I woke up at 11, knocked out my work. By 3 o'clock, I was done with everything I said I did. And then I went and laid down at 5, but I couldn't fall asleep. Tossing and turning, and I had my back brace on for 2 hours before I went to bed, hoping that would help. And then it started to rain at 5 and stopped about 8. And it's raining on and off for the next 3 hours. So it's that cold weather. And I get hot very easily, so I don't want the heat on because then I have to open up windows or turn fans on because I'm hot. So, so yeah, we're going Friday. We'll probably leave the house about 11:30. There's a restaurant down the street. We had dinner already for his birthday. We want to go there and have lunch, see how their lunch is. And then we'll head up. It's about 2.5 hour drive to the inn over by Green Mountain College, which is on the line of Vermont and New York. And we're going to be there all day Friday, all day Saturday, and we have to leave by 11 o'clock Sunday. And then we'll stop at the store Sunday, get a few things so that I can cook me salads and stuff for the week and bread, things of that nature, and come home. And Peppy's coming with us, the dog, so she should be happy. She's got her own bed. It's 2 double beds, so we'll probably slide them together, move that end table, slide them together. That was the cheapest room that they had. So why pay $30 more to have a bigger bed or a bed and a couch? But it looks like, looking at some of the rooms, they had tons of pictures of the different rooms that they do have available. They do have a little coffee table and 2 chairs if it doesn't have a couch. So if you want to buy or bring food with you, you can do that. Sit down. So, yeah. So I'm going to show my husband this weekend how to play Until Dawn. We've had the PlayStation for almost 2 weeks now, but I haven't touched it. My back's been killing me and stuff, so I've just been playing my cell phone games or playing computer games, watching YouTube videos, and doing schoolwork and cooking. Trying to keep up on the house, make sure it stays nice and clean. And then we had James over, our nephew, Sunday. So, I cooked dinner for everybody Sunday. This is the 3rd day in a row I'm cooking, even though I don't feel good. I'm making sure we eat. I think I already said my test, I got 100. My other test got an 86. And then for both of my postings, for my English, my bio, got hundreds. It would be nice for my English teacher if she would, grade the drafts for us so we kind of know where our grades are. Right now I'm at a 99, but I would like to know if I'm still at a 99. I mean, if my drafts are not strong and I get a 75, that will bring down my grade. So, getting 100 in my bio class on that quiz brought my grade up 1 point. But getting a 0 2 weeks ago brought my grade down 8 points. I don't get it. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense. But that's just the way Moodle does everything. And every week when you look, what everything is worth, percent-wise, will change. One week I'll say 69%, next week I'll say 67%. So I don't know. It's confusing, but basically week 14 is when I'll know what my grades are. I'm just trying to bring up that bio grade at least till 80. It's a science class. It's quite important. If it wasn't a science class, I really wouldn't care. But if it was just a regular elective class, I wouldn't care. Like music, I took piano, I did computer applications, learning how to use Word and Excel and PowerPoint. I really didn't care too much what the grade was. So, we'll see. So I got 3 more classes next semester, and I graduate April 19th. Again, taking off the summer, hoping to find a summer job if my back will allow it. There's not a lot of sit-down jobs around here, so I'm going to have to be on my feet and stand up. Just don't know if my back's going to be able to handle it. I don't have to work if I don't want to, but I would like to. So if I can't find a paying job, then I'm just going to look into volunteering a place close by. There's a place that takes in cats. It's like a shelter. And they also do adoptions twice, Monday through Friday. There's 2 set hours that you can come in and look at the cats if you want to adopt them. But they do a heavy background check. You can't have any neglect charges on other animals or other children, or you can't adopt them. And these are usually animals who are neglected or abused. So I've gone there for a couple months here, a couple months there, in between semesters and stuff, and I've worked for them where I've swept and washed the floors and cleaned out the cat cages and sanitized them properly, and just spend time with the ones who have disabilities, like they're missing limbs, they're missing an eye or something of that nature, and they can't be adopted out, but they don't believe in euthanizing them. So I've done stuff like that, just to give back to the community. So I can always do that again. Just something to do over the summertime than being in the house. Because my husband, he goes to school year round. I usually do also. It's just as a new student, you can't go during the summer because they only do online classes in the summer. Everybody gets sent home. And they don't have a lot to pick from. So we'll work that out, I guess. Or I might just get stuck having to do 4 classes each semester and taking the summers off if they don't have a class for me. Because I just can't take anything. I have to go by my degree for financial aid. And the last time I heard from my mom was Friday. Talking about a loving mother is a gift from God. Well, she called me a Satanist. She said I'm walking hand in hand with the devil, going to hell. I'm vindictive and I'm vicious. Okay. Those don't sound like loving things that a mother would say to her 40-year-old daughter, but okay. So, yeah, I mean, she continues to text. I'm not going to write back. I just leave. I haven't changed my number just in case anything ever happened to her. Cops are going through her phone or something. Need to get a hold of somebody. My name will be there, Kelly daughter. So, but we've done this many, many times in the past since I was 18 years old. Didn't speak to her for 10 years. I got sick and had to be in the hospital for a while, and we lost communications during that time, and I didn't bother looking. And then, I let her back in my life, and this is what we've been doing. She seems to forget that she had nowhere to live in Rhode Island when I came back home. And then if it wasn't for me working a full-time job at Burger King, she wouldn't have had a place to stay because she couldn't afford the place by herself. And then, she had people over. They were stealing my stuff. I had to put locks on the door, hide my food. It was ridiculous. And then she comes out here because she meets somebody and thinks that she's better than everybody else. Well, you don't have anything. So, she worked really hard, got her own place through Hood. I understand she's disabled. She gets the money that she gets. I get that. But, things over there are getting turned off because she's not paying them. And now she's claiming bankruptcy when there's no need for her to do that because she was making money when she didn't have disability. She did make some money. And she was allowed to do that to survive. And It's like, okay, what happened to all that money? So, I don't know. And then she thinks the new boyfriend, they're getting married and stuff in a year, and that's not the comment he made the night that they came over for dinner to my husband, which I didn't appreciate that either. If you don't want to marry her, don't make her think you're getting married. That's not right. And he still wears his wedding ring from his deceased wife, who's been dead for 10 years. He's not over her. He talks about her all the time. I was very uncomfortable. I expect you to talk to me about my mother, not your deceased wife. So, I don't know. I guess she's not seeing the signs. She's just like, oh, I could be there 5 days a week. This is fantastic. He's got cable. He's got internet. And okay, you have a house too. He hasn't even gone over to see her place. It's kind of weird. I don't know. That's her life, not mine. But, she's family. I'm going to be concerned. And then my son in New York's acting up, and there's nothing I can do about it. I've gone out there past 2 years 4 times. I'm a student. I don't have a lot of money to be going up there. It's not, $100. I gotta pay for a place to stay. I gotta pay for parking. I gotta pay for food. I gotta pay for gas. I gotta make sure the truck's, working properly. Just last year, we put $3,000 into it just to make sure it was working properly. When I went up there with my sister, brought my mother. So my son going to counseling, he's going to be 15, saying I'm not there for him and I don't care and all this stuff. And I call, and you can't get on the phone. He doesn't feel like talking, but he would feel like talking to me if I went up there and said, hey, let's go to Dave & Buster's again, where we spent $175 because we don't see him all the time. And then he never comes and visits us. We offered to go pick him up. He didn't want to go without his grandmother. I offered that the grandmother could come too. We pick you up. Since she was going to come, we said a week. We had 2-week vacation. We'll come get you. We'll bring you back. Instead of 2 weeks, stay a week. You can relax in the house, watch TV or whatever. Why, we go out with him. Because, she's older, she's tired. She doesn't want to go out and about. I get that. And I never even got an answer. But again, they say we, or my side of the family, doesn't try. My mom's tried 2 years in a row to get him to come up when she was living with her ex-boyfriend. He had his own room, big backyard, things to do. Carnivals were coming in, circus was coming in. So, if he doesn't want to, there's nothing that we can do about it. But he can't expect us to keep going up there. She was allowing us to stay there because she had an extra bedroom. Now she doesn't. I understand that. I ain't got an extra bedroom here, but I was willing to have you both come and sleep in my living room. And, rooms in New York are not cheap. I'm not. The hotels, or what they call a hotel, and motels start off at $200 a night. And the place that we found, which is right behind, one street behind them in New York, is, they kind of call it an inn, but you share your bathrooms and you share your showers with everybody. You gotta make sure you remember to lock the door. And you get a little room that has an AC. You get a nightlight, 2 towels, in your bed. That's it. No microwave, there's no fridge, there's no TV. It's just basically there to sleep. Take your shower and do what you gotta do. And we paid $248 for a room. We gave my mom the cheaper room, which was $128. And we found that on Booking.com at the last minute. But and then around his birthday, Christmas time, they start off at $349. Like, that's a lot of money. And then it's an 8-hour drive up there, an 8-hour drive back. We can't afford to always, $700 for 2 nights. That's ridiculous. So if we're spending $200 to $300 in gas because we have a truck. And everybody knows the gas is going up. Last summer, our gas was like $2.94, and now it's $3.48. Well, that's expensive. That's almost 50 cents more on a gallon. So, we try, we do the best that we can. His grandmother from Virginia has never gone and visit him in New York. His Aunt Wanda has gone twice that I know of in the past 4 years. She married a rich guy, doesn't have to worry about anything, owns a house, and doesn't have to work, and she could easily go there. She has a car. She's always going to Florida. She can go there too. So it's just, I think it's funny. His father hasn't seen him since he was about 5. So, but of course, I get made to look like the bad guy when he's talking to the counselor, which I don't like. And I've asked before, do a 3-way call. Miss Margaret, you have my number. Put me on speakerphone and let me say my piece, because he sits there and he lies to try to make people feel bad for him. Or so that he gets his way. He used to go to the counseling at the beginning and cry and everything, and then Miss Margaret would feel bad and she'd be like, "Oh, let's go have McDonald's like you wanted to." And I said no earlier. Or let's go to GameStop and get you a game. Or candy or whatever it is. And then, he just got used to being like that. And now when he doesn't get his way, he will punch things and throw things. Nothing I can do about it. I try to discipline him. I've had her mail me that I paid for all his gaming devices, which I kept for a month. And then I sent it back, which was expensive to do, to try to help to discipline him. But, when he does things, and I do that, which I'm spending a lot of money to do it, that I don't really have. And then, 4 months later, he's acting up again, and you're not doing anything about it. You could take all his gaming devices and go upstairs and give it to his godparents. And they could keep it in their house, because he doesn't go up there and visit. So there's different things that she could do herself. So, I don't know. It just gets confusing. He's getting older, and his father always had a temper also. So if he's going to have a temper, that's not a good thing. So, I don't know. Just some things that do bother me that I need to talk about. So, I don't know if you have a stepchild or a niece or nephew that you're concerned about, that you spend a lot of time with, and, now they're grown up and stuff, you can't be there like you were, or they're too busy for you, just leave comments down below, let me know. Thank you for watching. If you watch, if anything interesting happens, I will vlog again. Not too much going on until this weekend. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a great day.